You know this scene. Russell Crowe, playing John Nash, has a eureka moment in a bar. He says, Adam Smith was wrong. He says, if we all go toward the blonde, we block each other. But if we all go for the brunette, we all win. It sounds smart, it sounds noble, it won 4 Oscars. But there is one tiny problem. It's mathematically impossible. Let's look at the numbers. If everyone ignores the blonde, you get a brunette. Let's call that 5 points. If you switch to the blonde while everyone else is busy, you get the blonde, that's 10 points. Since 10 is greater than 5, you have an incentive to switch. A Nash equilibrium is a state where no one wants to switch, so the movie solution isn't one. It's an unstable equilibrium. It collapses the moment one person gets greedy. Let's play again. You are this guy. Everyone else has agreed to the plan. They are all going for the brunettes. The blonde is standing there, alone, unguarded. Be honest. Do you stick to the plan or do you defect? If you stuck to the plan, congratulations, you're a nice person. You're also a sucker. Because if everyone else is ignoring the prize, the rational move, the only logical move, is to take it for yourself. But wait, if you figured this out, so did they. The plan collapses. This is why the movie is wrong. That wasn't a Nash equilibrium. A Nash equilibrium is a state where no one regrets their choice given what everyone else did. Okay, let's raise the stakes. No more dates. Now you're in prison. Here's the deal. You and your partner committed a crime. The cops separate you. You have 2 buttons. Stay silent or betray. If you both stay silent, both of you get off easy. Only 1 year. But if you stay silent and they betray you, then you get 5 years. They walk free. I'm going to run this simulation and guess your partner with AI. What do you think they will do? Do you trust your partner or do you stab them in the back? If you choose silent, you just got played. The computer knew you were thinking about the team. The computer doesn't care about the team. So you think, okay, I also have to betray them in order to protect myself. But the computer thinks that too. So you both betray and you both get 3 years. Look at this. You could have had 1 year, but logic, rationality forced you into 3. This is the Nash equilibrium. It's the point where no one can improve their situation by changing only their own strategy. It's stable, it's rational, and it sucks. And you see this everywhere. Take sports. If no one takes steroids, the best athlete wins. But it takes one guy to take steroids, he wins, and then everyone has to take them just to compete. Now, everyone is ruining their liver, and the same guy probably wins anyway. So, we just move the equilibrium to a worse place. Or take advertising. Imagine Coke and Pepsi both stopped advertising. They would save billions of dollars. People would still drink soda. But if Coke stops and Pepsi keeps going, damn, Coke dies. So they both just need to spend billions on ads, canceling each other out, just to stay in the competition. That is the trap. We are burning resources not to win, but just so we don't lose. Is there a way to beat the system? Is there a way to force a computer to cooperate? The answer is yes. But to do it, we have to break the rules of the game. Before we fix it, let's see how much damage this does in real life. You play this game every single morning. It's called traffic. Imagine 2 routes to the city. They both have a fast highway section and a slow, winding back road. Now, the city builds a shortcut, a direct link that connects the 2 fastest sections. The first person to take it saves 10 minutes. They skip the traffic. Rational choice, right? But watch what happens when everyone makes that rational choice. The shortcut gets clogged, people get mad, and so people just end up switching back. The result? Everyone arrives later than before the bridge is built. This is called Braess's paradox. By adding a road, we made traffic worse. Because everyone is trying to optimize for themselves, we ruined the system for everyone. So, how do we fix it? We have to change the incentives. Watch this. We put a tool booth on the shortcut. We make it expensive to be selfish. Suddenly, only the people who really need to save time pay the toll. All the rest go back to the made road. The system rebalances itself, traffic flows again. We didn't build more roads, we just make the selfish choice painful. That is the incentive mechanism design. Standing at a concert. If I stand, I see better. If everyone stands, no one sees better, and our legs get tired. Pollution. If I pollute, I save money. If everyone pollutes, we all die. This is the tragedy of the Nash equilibrium. Individual rationality leads to collective stupidity. So, are we doomed? Are we just selfish math robots destined to crash into each other forever? Well, not quite, because in the real world, we don't just play the game once, we play it over and over again. This is what we call the Iterated prisoner's dilemma. Instead of playing once, we play the same game hundreds of times in a row. This changes everything because if you betray me today, I can punish you tomorrow. Let's introduce a new strategy. This bot is called the Grudger. It starts nice, but if you betray just once, it holds a grudge forever. And this one is the Copycat. It just copies whatever you do. You hit me, I hit you. You hug me, I hug you. And finally, we have the Forgiver. It's like the Copycat, but sometimes it lets you get away with it. Why? Because in the real world, mistakes happen. Maybe you didn't mean to betray me. Maybe you just clicked the wrong button. If two copycats meet and one makes a mistake, they enter a death spiral of revenge. You hit me, I hit you back, forever. The Forgiver breaks that cycle. It says, you punch me, I'll punch you back once. But then, let's try being friends again. And here's the twist. This isn't just a game. It's evolution. At the end of every round, the bottom 10% of bots are deleted. The top 10% get cloned. Watch the leaderboard. They always betray guys, win the first few rounds, they exploit the nice guys, they multiply like a virus. But soon, they run out of victims, they end up stuck in the loop of betraying each other. Their scores tank, they go extinct. Meanwhile, the copycats fight each other. They form little pockets of cooperations, they rise to the top, they inherit the earth. It turns out the winning strategy isn't be selfish, it's be nice, but don't be a pushover. This is why we have civilization. We aren't nice because we are angels. We are nice because we have to see each other again tomorrow. But Nash didn't just solve board games. His math literally runs the world. Let me show you 3 examples that prove you are living inside the Nash Equilibrium right now. First, the economy. In the 90s, the US government wanted to sell radio spectrum, the airwaves for your cell phone. Before Nash, they just asked companies, hey, how much will you pay? But companies would lie, collude, and game the system. It was a mess. So, the government hired game theorists. They designed a simultaneous ascending auction. The rules were tweaked to force companies to beat their true value. It was a trap for liars. The result? They expected to raise 1 billion. They raised 7 billion. Nash's math didn't just explain the market, it fixed it. Second, nature. Why don't animals fight to the death for every scrap of food? Imagine 2 stacks. They have giant antlers. They could kill each other, but they don't. They just lock horns and push. Why? Because fight to the death isn't a stable strategy long term. If everyone fights to the death, the species goes extinct. But if everyone is peaceful, a single aggressive mutant takes everything. Nature finds the balance. The Nash Equilibrium. A mix of hawks and doves. You aren't peaceful because you are nice, you are peaceful because the math of evolution selected against the maniacs. And finally, the scariest one, nuclear war. In the Cold War, generals were obsessed with the first strike. If I nuke you first, I win, right? But Nash and his colleagues showed that if you have a second strike capability like submarines that can survive my attack, then my first strike is actually suicide. The only stable state is mutually assured destruction. It sounds insane, but it's the only reason we're still here. We found the Nash Equilibrium, where the only winning move is to not play. John Nash won a Nobel Prize for proving that we are trapped. But he also showed us the walls of the prison, and once you see the walls, you can start looking for the door. The way out isn't to play the game harder, it's to change the game. We invent laws, contracts, marriages, and reputations. These are just tools to turn a one-off game into an iterated game. So next time you're in a bar or stuck in traffic, remember, being selfish might win the battle, but it loses the war. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments what system we should break out next.